observed the defendant to be in the driver's seat with a black bag and a female to be in the front passenger seat. The defendant rolled down the passenger window, and the officer observed a cloud of smoke emitting from the vehicle with an odor of marijuana. The defendant was asked to step out of the vehicle with the black bag. The black bag was opened, and the officer observed a clear jar with a green leafy substance known to be marijuana based on training experience, along with a digital scale and individual baggies. The defendant was searched for weapons, and the officer found more packages of marijuana inside his private area. The weight of the marijuana was 1.82 ounces.
And Your Honor, if I could adjust probable cause.
Okay.
Your Honor, so while I don't dispute the reason for the stop here, I think there's a couple things that stand out. So there is a alleged smell of marijuana that comes from the vehicle, and then an alleged cloud of smoke that comes from the vehicle as the windows are open. So first off, the officer doesn't specify whether this is a cloud of course, burnt marijuana, which I would assume, or vaped marijuana, because those are two very different things with two very different distinct smells. Additionally, if the officer is pulling him out and looking for marijuana and he has this cloud, then he would be looking for burnt marijuana, right? So he would be looking for a roach. He would be looking for a blunt. What he does is he looks inside of a plastic bag. If we have embered marijuana or we have a lit blunt, it's certainly not going to be in a plastic bag without the smell of burning plastic. Additionally, the marijuana that is found in the bag is in a sealed glass jar container, something that would not emanate a smell because a glass jar is essentially smell proof. In this instance, I think we have an officer who went too far with the search, because we have Mr. Jackson here who did not admit to possessing marijuana, did not admit to this being marijuana. The statute, of course, requires that this has to be marijuana, and we know we have the issues, of course, with the hemp bill. But Your Honor, if you're not aware, you can go into any head shop, purchase flowered hemp, open it, and it smells, looks, everything about it is identical.
I understand,
to marijuana.
and that, yes, I agree with you for a beyond a reasonable doubt standard, but here, this is just mere probable cause, right? There's a good stop, he goes to the car, smells marijuana, there's a plume of smoke that comes
right out of the gate. This case checks every box for a traffic stop gone serious: speeding, expired registration, and no insurance. But the real turning point? That cloud of smoke and the smell of marijuana. Now here's where it gets interesting. What started as a routine stop quickly escalates into a drug possession case, complete with a jar, a scale, and additional packages found during a search. At this point, things aren't looking great for Mr. Jackson, but the defense isn't backing down just yet.
Not only that, Sean, he signed an affidavit that he wasn't going to drive. He's not supposed to be driving regardless.
And I get the driving aspect of it, but I don't see how a cloud of marijuana from burnt marijuana gets you inside of a plastic bag. At that point, it becomes a fishing expedition as opposed to looking for the actual contraband, which he suspects that would be in the vehicle.
I don't know. I mean, I think that there's certainly enough to go forward. Beyond a reasonable doubt, I don't know. But this is just a probable cause standard, which is the low standard, you know? So
I understand.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case, Mr. Jackson. I ordered you not to drive. He's a driver in this car?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. I'm now revoking your bond. It goes with you. Sorry, Sean, but he promised us he's not going to drive. He signed an affidavit. He knows. He knew.
And Your Honor, will a new bond be?
Now, this is where the defense gets clever. They're basically saying, wait a minute, the story doesn't add up. Smoke was seen, but what kind? Burnt marijuana or vapor? And if something was actively burning, why was the substance found sealed in a jar? That's a sharp argument. They even bring up something many people don't realize. Legal hemp can look and smell almost identical to marijuana. So now the question becomes, was this a legitimate search, or did the officer go too far?
Set, and if so, can we get that amount set?
So I'll leave the first bond as is. The first case, I'm going to do it at 5,001.
Okay. So first case 5,001, and then the new case, of course,
I'll leave the
first
one or the second one as is, though.
Which Which case number?
So the one that's on page
14 or 13?
14, that one gets revoked to 5,001.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks,
I believe
Sean.
that's all.
You don't have anything else with us today?
Nope. I'm in Fort Bend for the rest of the day.